Hello, ladies, gentlemen, isopods, and any other fleshy beings that happen to come across this video, and welcome back to the IsoPodcast. My name is Sean, the drummer for the band Bird, and here's Avery.
Hello, I am Avery or Gage or whatever you want to call me, doesn't really matter, and I'm the vocalist for the band Bird. OfficialBYRD, that's the channel you're on right now, watching this video on OfficialBYRD. Bird is the band I'm in, so this is the channel for that band, Bird. This is the channel OfficialBYRD. Make sure you don't get them mixed up. They're very different. There's OfficialBYRD, which is the channel on right now watching this video, which is for the band Bird, which is the band I'm in. I'm the vocalist in that band, Bird.
I am Josh. I make videos and try to make video games. That's about
You're
it, because I
not
have a
Josh.
boring life. People can't see that.
You're not Josh.
Yeah, I'm not Josh.
All right, I am Xavier Trujillo Fortorrente, and I play guitars for the band Bird and the band the Pentagon Waste. Yeah, that's about my whole life story, really. I mean, I was part of the cartel when I was younger. Stuff, whatever.
That's offensive. I
Yeah,
find
shut
that
up.
accent
It's
very
pretty-
offensive.
Shut up.
That's pretty
SAW.
that's pretty solid. His name is actually William.
And he hits things with
Ri-
sticks.
No, I
Wait.
played drum. Well, I can hit things with sticks.
Did you just say no? I play drums.
No, I'm actually William, and I play guitar for the band Bird and Pentagon Waste. That's a band I'm working on right now that none of you guys are welcome to be in.
No, he's not.
I'm not in a band. Hey, William, I'm not in a band.
You're not welcome to be in it.
I'm
Okay.
learning trombone.
Shut up. I don't want.
All right.
All right, this
I
is
think-
pretty unprofessional. I do have a question. This isn't it. I need to know what episode of the podcast we're on.
This is episode
Episode
6.
5. Oh my god.
Wait, I have it right here. It's episode 6. It's episode 6. 100%.
Okay. So, all right. But the question is, we've done this podcast 5 times now, and does anyone even know what podcast is? Like, what does that mean? Where did that name come from?
I think it comes from the idea that like pod, it's like a you can like cast a pod, so it's like throwing a pokeball because whatever.
Okay, so it comes from the Latin term "pandando castillo,"
Shut up.
And so-
Josh, I already made
and
a
so-
joke about this.
and so pantando. So that is Latin for talking together with friends, and cast is sending it throughout the internet because that's very popular back in Latin times. So that's where it originates from.
Latin times. Okay.
So I should mention that
Subscribe.
it's
to
been a
our
while.
channel.
It's been a while. And I just want to mention that we've been very busy over the summer and stuff. Not really, but we've just been lazy. But we had our first concert.
And it was freaking metal. Would you like to elaborate, Sean?
It was metal as freak, dude. So we basically, I suck at telling stories, so we did stuff.
I'll do
We
it.
played.
Okay.
yeah.
So we got there and we were like, "Hey, yo, we're gonna set up." And we had already decided where we were gonna set up. We'd already been to the stage, and this lady was like, "Okay, you're gonna set up. All your stuff goes here." And there was a mild bit of confusion about where all our stuff went because there was like 4 other bands, and like it was weird. It was really difficult. Like first of all, for me, who's like, I own all the equipment, so I have to like keep inventory, and like I'm thinking about where all this stuff is going, and I'm like, what's going on? And then we wait for like a million hours. That was boring as heck.
It wasn't actually a million hours, but we did get there really early in the morning, and we were the last act to go on, so we had to wait at least 12 hours. This isn't like a super chill like bar place. This is literally a park, and staying in a park for 12 hours is super
Wait.
boring.
So you had to listen to all the other boring bands and wait to
Yes.
play your awesome band.
They weren't really that great for like the first 6 hours that no
There
one
was
came
one-
on,
There
and
was
then they
one
came on.
guitarist. There was one
Then they-
guitarist that was like totally a shredder.
They came on, and some of the bands were pretty okay. Some of them were pretty not, and some of them played for too long.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. And so anyway, we got our set pushed back like 40 minutes, and but we went on anyway, and we played like a champ. Our first song went like 6 out of 10. Our second song went like 10 out of 10. And then we started having like equipment. Wait, no. Yeah, we did. So then what song was after Pretty Money?
Not
Was
quite
that
there.
Yeah, and then we had equipment failure during Not Quite There. So the lead guitar was like nothing, no signal was coming through.
It's
And that song's
non-existent.
that song's a very heavy lead, and the rhythm was just like holding the whole thing. And I was like super stressed because I was like, wait, I'm gonna have to like improvise stuff to hold up all these gaps.
Holy
where
Jesus!
like-
He just said like 8 times in a single sentence.
I did.
Yes.
Well, I don't really know. I don't really. Know.
I like
But
don't really know.
But anyway, I had to improvise a bunch of parts because Burke was not whatever was not having was not doing anything. It was just like it was dead silence.
It wasn't his fault. It was completely just technical failure,
Yeah.
and we had poor Ben
Burke was
Ben
probably
had
playing
no
like a
idea what
champ.
to do.
Yeah. But anyway, that happened. We had equipment failure. I had to figure that out simultaneously. And then what was the song after that?
Feel Good Inc.
Yeah, probably.
Feel Good Ink. Oh yeah, Feel the Good Ink went pretty well.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
And your dad's guitar was super out of tune, Sean. So like I had to go to a completely different scale in order to properly function. And then we had the solo after that, right?
Yeah. Note to Kill.
Then we played The Kill, and I was trying to tune Burke's guitar. Burke's guitar was out of tune, and he just would not get. I was like, Burke, please, just let me tune your guitar, and it's like tune, and it's like not tuned. Burke played it like a champ, though. But
Yeah, I feel like Burke had it the worst just because of the situation he was in, and he was like the most nervous out of all of us, but he still played it off pretty well. He did it.
yeah, but
He
it was
did
super out of
good.
tune, so I like figured that all out, and then I sang it, and it was fine. Whatever.
You sang it.
Yeah, I sang To Kill. And then there was
Oh.
a drum solo. And at that point, I was like, you know what? I don't really want to deal with anything. I'm going to go off stage. So I did.
Wait, you went off stage?
Yeah, I left.
Where'd
I
you
don't
go?
remember this.
Is
this in the video?
I went out in the crowd. And I asked my mom what was going on, and she's like, you need to be louder. And then we figured all that out during the solo. I came back on. And I think we had a really good show the rest of that. I think everything went really smoothly after that.
I don't remember William leaving, but it's possible that he did because I was just with Joe the whole time. That's weird.
Hold on. I was in Ohio.
I just made a mistake. Whoops. I was playing the video in the background, and that probably was gonna come out on the podcast. Sorry about that.
Are you fact checking on William?
I'm trying. I can't see it.
Um.
Oh yeah, he's not there. I don't think. I don't see him.
Yeah. Well, I believe him.
You check
why
out
would
William
I
this
lie
time.
about that?
I don't know. I just feel like you were there.
No,
Like it's not. I just
Yeah.
feel like you're not the kind of person to just be like, well, I'm just gonna leave the stage now. Like I don't feel like you just walk
That's
off.
exactly
It's
what
weird.
I did.
That's
was like-
weird.
But I went over and I was talking to my brother because my brother's like a big old music guy. So he had told me basically that what needed to be switched, that rhythm. I mean, obviously, rhythm needed to be turned up and lead needed to be turned up because Burke was quiet as heck. But I think it all worked out in the end.
Yeah. Sean, how did you perceive the thing?
The show.
Yeah. How did you think it
I
went?
thought we did very good for our first show. The technical difficulties, it wasn't really our fault. We had a pretty bad sound guy too. he didn't really know what he was doing, I don't think.
To be honest, I didn't watch the original video because honestly, I didn't really like the sound quality too much. But I did watch some of Gage's whatever he talked over the video as well. I watched that.
The analysis, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
But the sound quality was a big problem. There's nothing
Which
we
I
can
feel
really do about that.
I feel like we all knew that was inevitable. We're going up there and we're like, we want to record this, but we have one mic at center stage or at the front of the stage. So we knew it was gonna sound bad, but it could have been worse.
Yeah, I don't blame you guys for the bad
Could be
audio.
phone quality.
Phone quality.
Josh, go ask a question to all of us.
Okay,
Excuse you, hold on.
someone else do it.
I thought it went pretty well myself. I thought I did fine. There were times where nervousness got to me, but I feel like I did the best that I could, and I thought it was a pretty good time. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing,
Yeah.
and it was definitely an experience.
Yeah, I think I did pretty well on stage as well.
Yeah, good job, Josh. You did
Great
great.
job.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
like, were you like in Ohio or something, Josh?
No, I was on stage with you guys. I was there the whole time.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, we were pretty exhausted at the end. Gage's voice was dead.
Yeah.
I would also like to point out that after the concert was over, I did not play guitar for like a month.
Yeah.
Hey guys, let's front load our entire set list with all the intense vocal songs in the very beginning and then have one of the most important songs at the very end. And
Bruh,
that
also,
didn't go well.
Creatures went so well.
Not for me. I was
Little-
like off key and my voice was literally dying. It was pretty
Yeah,
bad
I
for
mean,
me.
It didn't
that
sound
one
terrible,
sucked.
though.
But the
Your voice.
recording sounded cool. I thought the recording sounded cool because I feel like all the instruments were like, song
Yeah.
school.
I agree. Wasn't it like Burke who had a problem in the beginning with that or something? But we fixed it
Yeah, he
right
wasn't-
away.
He wasn't putting the distortion on, and I ran over there and I was like, distortion on.
What
What was that sound? All right.
Oh my god. He doesn't explain. What is that noise? Yes.
Oh, slamming his fist on the table.
Exactly. Well, simultaneously going.
All right.
All right. So yeah, if we're all in agreement, that was pretty good. We got Josh, the question. Go.
Okay. I'm not really good at asking this question, but apparently it was what would you tell me if I lost my memory? And not just me, like anybody around, like what would you tell them? Anybody here? Like
I would tell you that you were born a woman.
So this really goes to show like who are the nice guys and who are the evil boys.
Yeah. If I found out I was a woman, then now for some strange reason I am a man. If I know what that is, it depends on how much memory I lost. I would be confused, but I'd be accepting. I'd accept myself.
If William were to lose his memory, I would have told him that he's been in a coma for a very long time, and he needs to return to his family. But first, he needs to cut his hair. Otherwise, they'll abuse him because they're very anti-long hair.
If someone lost their
What would
memory-
happen when I saw my dad?
He's just sitting there with his long hair, awkwardly turns to look at me, and I'm just like thumbs up.
If someone lost their memory, I would tell them that they had to consume food through their butt.
That's interesting.
That's it.
Sean,
Yes.
that is incredible.
Thank you.
That's all you would tell them?
Yes.
They lost every bit of their memory, and they just go to the cafeteria and see everyone not consuming food through their. But they trust you to that extent, and they're just like, "All right."
I tell them
Looks
that
like
they
I
are
gotta do this.
special. They are special. They are different. That's the only way they could do that.
Oh no!
Honestly,
they would
if
not
Gage-
survive.
If Gage lost his memory, I would convince him that birds were like absolutely like the worst, the plague of the earth.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
I feel like I would be having like an internal struggle because my mind would believe you because it had to, but like my heart itself would be like, this isn't right.
Your mind says yes, but your body says no.
that's a sex joke.
My body.
Wait, that is? What?
Yep.
It's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Silence.
Hey Josh, quick, give us a review of the Nintendo Switch.
It's good. I like it. Buy one now, so I have people to play with on the Switch.
You know what? It's also the Switch. Never mind.
What? What were you gonna say? I like it. I like the Nintendo Switch. It's really nice. I have, even though they show it being played at the airport a lot. I've been to an airport like 6 times in the past couple months. Yeah,
Why?
yeah. I went to yeah. So, going to Ohio, it's 2 flights. So I went to like 3 different airports, and so that's the one trip there. Same back, so that's 6. That's 6 airports technically. If technically 3, if you don't count them multiple times. But I went to the Minneapolis airport like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Yeah, I've been to Minneapolis airport 6 times in a matter of a couple months.
Wow.
Yeah, it sucks. It's an awful airport. Never go to it. It's giant, and like I lost my hat. And I ran like across the airport 3 times trying to find that stupid hat, and it turned out it was sitting where I was sitting. It's awful. I hate that airport. Never go to it.
Okay. Noted.
Stop.
And in all these airports, you could not play your Switch?
No, I just I slept. I was tired. But I would have. Honestly, I played 1 match of Fortnite on my Switch. I know it's Fortnite, but it's really fun on the Switch because it's portable. And I lost. But anyway, it is fun. It is nice to have Skyrim and all the other games that I can't afford because I'm poor. But
Honestly, you should have lied. You should have lied so you got street cred and been like, played 1 game of Fortnite and I won in the airport. Like a total true epic gamer.
I've won 1 match of Fortnite, and it's pretty cool. But
Same,
oh
bro.
well. Yeah, I've won every game of Fortnite I've ever played.
That's what William will have us believe, but I'm calling bullshit.
What? I actually wasn't listening. What did you say?
Wow. Whenever I talk, he zones out. I see.
Petition to kick William from the podcast.
I'm in for that.
Rip. Okay, so I just realized something that this is just gonna be the Avery gets angry at things podcast. All right, so this isn't even the one everyone is expecting. This is a different one. All right, I have a PhD in cereal theory. I really like cereal, and I've had basically every type of American brand cereal that you could physically get. And one of the worst that you can get, that everyone seems to like a lot, is Frosted Flakes. I think they're the worst cereal literally ever invented because they're just trash. Okay, like I should be able to have a at least like noticeable amount of time where I can eat the cereal and have it still be crunchy. Where Frosted Flakes are like, they immediately become soggy the second they come into contact with the milk. Like, they become mush. You're eating oatmeal by the time you sit down at the table with your cereal. Frosted Flakes, and it doesn't even taste good. All right, like
the thing is when you eat Frosted Flakes, you intend on eating oatmeal.
I don't intend on eating oatmeal. I want some nice crunchy cereal.
Don't purchase Frosted Flakes.
Yeah,
So,
Frosted Flakes are trash. I'm persuading you right now to never get Frosted Flakes again. They're terrible.
No, because I enjoy them.
You're stupid.
So
No.
I
Cold oatmeal in milk broth.
I enjoy that.
Ugh. I don't have milk with any of my cereal because I don't like milk in general.
Wait,
And so
It's not
What?
cereal then.
that's not cereal. That's
It's
just
eating like tiny crackers. Small crackers.
well, see, I don't like soggy food, and cereal always gets soggy, and I don't like. I find it gross. I like the crunchiness of cereal, and I like watching videos with cereal, and I don't get to hear it because I'm chewing loudly.
that's so specific.
Yeah, it happens all the time. I have to turn my music up all the way if I'm eating cereal because I can't hear a thing.
Oh yeah, like another problem with Frosted Flakes is after you're done eating your oatmeal mush that is cold, you get to drink that literally just sugar milk. It tastes like sweet milk, and it's honestly you're either really in the mood for it or you're just really angry because you had to eat Frosted Flakes. And you don't even want like Frosted Flake milk is like the only milk that I will pour into the sink. Like I don't want that. Gross.
Mhm.
And you can ask me about any cereal, and I will give you an honest opinion about it.
Ooh, Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah,
Fruity
I was about to say
Pebbles?
that. They're so good.
Okay, those are like mini Frosted Flakes, but the thing is, the mush that they make
It's good.
combines, it conjoins with the other ones to make like whole things of semi-crunchy food,
Yeah.
and so it's sort of mushy, and it's like it's on the lower side of the spectrum. I give it less than a 5, but it is pretty fruity, and I kind of like fruity cereals a little bit, and it's like almost kind of crunchy. So it gets the pass. It's not as bad as the sinful Frosted Flakes.
Has anyone ever like said like, "Oh, I need to take my cereal on the go. Let me just pour the milk into a baggie, a plastic baggie with my cereal." I've ever heard that.
I have done that.
It's
Uh,
gross. It's just
I
gross.
wanted to test a theory, and I just poured some cereal in my mouth and then like chased it with milk. And fun fact about that, doesn't work at all. It's terrible. The milk just filters right through like a strainer. You're just left with like wet cereal pieces. Terrible.
I've
You should
got
be
a
a cereal scientist.
I've got a brilliant new way to eat cereal. Ready?
Yeah.
You have
Shove it
two
up-
bowls. You have two bowls. You have one with milk, one with the cereal. You take a spoon. You get a spoonful of cereal, dip it into the milk, just so it gets that right amount of soggy, and then eat it.
gosh. That's
See,
like that's a
That's
waste
the
of, like,
perfect, in theory, that's the perfect method of eating cereal.
Yeah?
But
so
nobody
inconvenient.
wants to get 2 bowls. Like, no one will do that. It's just, you can't, it's like,
It's just a bowl
it feels,
of milk.
cereal is a ritual. Like, you
I know.
have to get the one bowl, and you have to combine, unless you're Josh. If you're Josh, you're like, you're drunk at 2 a.m., you just came back from the Denny's, and you want some,
It's so
What?
good.
you want some dry cereal.
It's so good.
Josh, my question is, do you pour it into the bowl?
Yes.
Why not just eat it out of the box?
Because I want to be like somewhat of a normal person, so I pour it in a bowl, get a spoon, and eat it like that.
It's more normal to just
Or-
eat it out of the box.
Or I use my fingers, or I just like go handful out of the bowl. And
For Josh, it just really is tiny crackers.
sometimes I'm lazy and just eat out of the box. Okay, but then like I hate it when cereal gets in the box and not in your bowl. It's just I hate cereal in general. Sometimes it's awful.
Yeah, I know a lot about cereal. I've eaten a lot of cereal. If you're wondering what is the perfect cereal, I can answer this right now. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, absolutely number
Yeah.
1 cereal.
I
Because
agree.
the thing is, you'll call me a hypocrite because like that stuff gets soggy too. But there's enough time
Yeah.
for you to at least eat it, and it's the best of both worlds because you get that crunchy goodness, and then later on, if you don't eat it fast enough, you get some of that oatmeal mush if you're into that. But it's good tasting oatmeal mush because it's like cinnamon. It's like cinnamon flavored oatmeal plus
Yeah.
milk
Yeah.
that turns into cinnamon milk. It's literally the best possible cereal. The only problem is it might give you diabetes.
I'm not a big fan of Frosted Flakes, but they have a cinnamon Frosted Flakes, which is actually pretty good. It's
Let's
pretty
see.
good.
There are other cereals I've expressed my opinion on. This is the cereal cast. Welcome. Trix
Um,
is pretty good.
Yeah.
They're good.
Mhm.
I used to always like growing up always wanted Reese's Puffs, and when I'd go to my grandma's, well, I had it one time, and like too much Reese's Puffs every summer is like sickening. And like they've always put me on the spot of, well, Josh, what cereal do you want? And all that would come to mind is Reese's Puffs, and that's all I
Reese's
would
Puffs
get.
are super good. I like them a lot. They're like reflavored tricks. They're exact same like size and density, but they're flavored like Reese's Puffs, which is weird because normally I hate chocolate. Like I just hate chocolate in general.
Uh-huh.
Like Cocoa Pebbles, in my opinion, it's terrible. And Crave
Yeah.
is just like why would you insert chocolate into the cereal? I don't like chocolate. It's pretty nasty to me. But Reese's Puffs are good to me. I like Reese's Puffs because there's a good balance.
Eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs.
Yeah, I find them sickening now. I've had so much of them.
In terms of cereal, there's only one kind, and that kind is just throw the cereal away and go make yourself a sandwich, because sandwiches are good.
At 8 in the morning, you're like, I don't want cereal. I want a sandwich.
Yep.
Pour yourself a bowl of cereal, throw it against the wall, and get a sandwich.
It's mandatory. There is no just not getting cereal. You must destroy a bowl of cereal just so the world can see your allegiance.
Half your budget is just buying new bowls that you've thrown against the wall.
It's true, man. Just throw them.
It's a struggle.
Yep. Watch this YouTuber that I'm not gonna name names, but probably because there's like 5 million YouTubers out there that are like this, but they seem to have an unlimited source of income that just comes out of the sky. I'm not sure if it's from their channel,
Parents.
or like from whatever, or something like that. But they just destroy things like for no reason. Like there was this video. It's like destroying 10,000 plates, and I'm like, why? Why destroy 10,000 plates?
Because they earn that money back with YouTube. That's
Exactly.
That's
It's
how
like
and they
people
get
like
sponsorships.
destroyed. Yeah, it's just
and like in this video, they have like their studio, like their room where they have all their computers and stuff. They regularly like destroy that room.
yeah,
Like they just
I know
they
what
make
you're
it.
talking about.
Do you?
Someone who's like, hey guys, you know that new iPhone you always wanted? I'm gonna destroy it in front of you right now.
I'm gonna destroy 10 of them. I'm gonna light them on fire.
That's because I feel like it.
Anyways, William, do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I'm
Wait,
not gonna
type it,
interrupt,
type it into the general, and I'll see if you're right. The weird thing is, like, those videos are like the most effective.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the first one. It's the first one.
Both of
they're
them
the most
definitely.
They're the most like they're really effective clickbait though, because you're like, yo, did they actually though? And then they do,
Yeah.
and then you're conflicted. You're like, well, that's pretty cool, but why?
Have you guys seen like the guy who fills up his pool with just Coke?
Yeah.
That's the second guy. That's the second guy.
Coca-Cola, not cocaine.
Shout out. We got to get them on the podcast. Tell us how to get that much disposable income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Anyone got anything? Any topics, questions?
I'm gonna share a story.
S'mores.
I'm gonna share a story.
Okay.
All right. So, I was at my sister's house, and I was there for a party, a recent holiday. I can't remember. But anyway, we were all hanging out there. Oh, it might have been a birthday. But we were all hanging out there, and everybody left, and I was like, "Where'd everybody go? Where'd everybody go?" And my sister had left a note on the door. I had fallen asleep, by the way. I was asleep, and I woke up, and everybody was gone, and I went to the door to see where everybody was, and my sister had left a note on the door saying, "You have to babysit my children. We're all at the bar." And I'm like, "What is this?" I'm like, wait a second. Why didn't anybody like get me up? It just freaked me out.
That is such responsible parenting, dude.
Honestly,
This
I've done crap
individual.
like that before.
Yeah, honestly, your family is just a mess of like really irresponsible people that somehow make it through life. William, we're gonna go down this mudslide. It's gonna be fun. Yeet.
Exactly. I'm also going to share that story.
You already
Okay.
did.
I
You already have.
did?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
where
on
I
the
was thrown off
podcast.
the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
I've
It's on
had
the podcast.
I've had points where I used to take naps when I got home from school, and I would sleep through like any conversation. So people would be like, they'll address me, and I'll sleep talk to them like, yeah, okay, or something like that. And one time I missed dinner because they're like, I woke up and I get out of bed and like, I'm like, where's the dinner? What happened? It's all gone. And they're like, oh, you didn't get any? And I was like, yeah, I was asleep. And they're like, well, we told you, we told you, and you said, yeah, okay. And then you went back to sleep, so we ate all the food.
Honestly, have that. Okay, William. After I'm done with my thing, I want I want you to tell us the pitchfork story.
What?
So okay, I have that same problem though. Like it'll be early in the morning. And my dad has to leave pretty early, and he'll wake me up, and he'll give me like a laundry list of just chores that I have to do, and I'm like sentient enough to go, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. But then I'll go back to sleep, and I'll wake up, and I'll have no idea what to do. Like I just have to walk around the house, like, what could he have possibly have told me to do? And then I just have to wing it, and then get yelled at if I don't do everything.
The thing is, like, I don't even remember conversations. Like, I don't even remember anything at all. To me, from my point of view, I'm still asleep and I was never woken up. And like, apparently, like, my brother will come up and like try to tell me something, and I'll like jump awake, like scared, like he scares the crap out of me, and then I don't remember it. Apparently, it's like I'm a weird sleeper.
All right, William, tell the pitchfork story. It's
Okay.
quick, isn't it?
So yeah, it is pretty quick. So I was out in the barn doing stuff with my brother. My brother was like, let's have a pitchfork fight. You know, I didn't think anything of it. We just started playing with pitchforks, and we were like, you know, we were just playing around, and we're country kids, so it's not like, you know, if one of us, it's not a big deal if one of us like gets stabbed because we're wearing like jeans and stuff. But then my brother, I turn around, I set my pitchfork down, and he runs at me, thrusts it into my calf.
Oh,
And I'm like, ah! I'm like 7 years old. This is like young William days. And I'm just bleeding. And I actually have a scar from it. So one prong went on the side of my leg, and like came up through my side skin, and then this other one did the same thing on the other side, and the third prong was just off somewhere. And I like had to get it disinfected and stuff.
They just stabbed you with a pitchfork. Your family is so brutal.
This was the same brother that threw me off the cliff. I don't know if he's like trying to kill me or something. No, but really, he's a really cool guy.
All right, I have a. Okay, how long have we been going, Sean?
40 minutes plus our little thing in the beginning, so
40 minutes.
maybe
Okay.
more like 30.
Yeah. I have two things I can get to then. First up is, Josh.
yes.
Can you recall any airsoft stories from when we used to do airsoft with?
I can remember my first time at the big Nighthawk place, the
Okay.
big outdoor one.
For,
So I'll
I
tell
know
it when you guys
Dale.
are ready.
I actually know Dale.
We also know Dale.
No, I mean like, it's my nephew's uncle.
What's your nephew's name?
That doesn't sound
Judah.
real.
It's Judah. My nephew's name is
Oh.
Judah.
My nephew's uncle's
Okay.
brother from
'Cause
my
he's
mom's side
awesome.
of the family.
Back in history, way back when I was a little weed lad, smaller than I am now, I did videos for this channel because they wanted to have an airsoft channel, and they're like, "Yeah, let's do an airsoft channel," and then they just make me do all the videos, kind of like we do with Sean now. Like they would just make me do everything, and I was like, "Yeah, that's fine. I don't care." Like they didn't pay me because I was on their airsoft team, giant air quotations, where we just went out and played airsoft, and I would make stories and stuff. Not gonna tell the name of the channel because honestly, don't go watch the stuff. It's dead now, and it's not
Yeah.
that great anyway. All I can
By the way-
remember, like the most vivid memories I have were there were two scenarios. If it was an indoor game, we played at their indoor course, and it was a really good time almost every time, except for the
Yeah.
times where like things went wrong. Every time it was an outdoor game, we would have to wake up super early, and everyone was like super irritable. And then we would get there and have to wait 4 hours, so there was no reason we had to get up in the first place. So we pack all our gear, which was a needless amount of gear, mostly because of one of our
The guns
friends
they'd use. The guns
who
they'd
has
use.
yeah. And we would get there, and they're like, yeah, we're not starting for like 4 hours, and we'd set up on our spot, and we'd just do nothing for 4 hours, and they'd finally start us off in the outdoor place, and it would always devolve into chaos. There was no rhyme
Yeah.
or reason or anything even remotely interesting. It was basically just like rogue squads running around shooting each other. There's no teams, there's no teamwork, there's no objectives. It just went into full chaos the moment
It's-
everyone got released.
And it's like almost all grown men who act like they knew everything about tactics. Neckbeards.
Yeah. But the indoor course was really cool because you
Yeah,
had
it
like
was awesome.
10 people at a time, and it was just like close quarters combat. And
Yeah.
but like they neglected the place. Like they're like, this place they eventually got to close down. Like they just shut it down because they're like, oh, our outdoor games are so much better. And at the time we had never played an outdoor game, so we're like, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Let's do that. And we did, and it was terrible. It was like a 2 out of 10 experience, whereas the indoor games are always like 7 to 8 out of 10. It was a good time.
I have a story about a really quick story about the indoor course. It's a little depressing, but kind of funny, I guess. But like, I brought like a headlamp with me that was my mom's ex-boyfriend's, and like I forgot it, and I never told him. And I was like, yeah, I'll tell him eventually. And then they broke up, and he eventually is no longer existing on this plane of existence. So that'll be going with me to my grave. That I
No, it's on the podcast now. You watch the podcast, Josh. You're doomed.
No, he no longer exists on this mortal plane. He died. So
Oh.
that's what I mean by, yeah, it's a little
I
depressing.
thought you meant he left. Oh my
No.
god.
No, so, but that's the thing. The thing is, I never told him. I thought I would, but I never did. So this is going to haunt me for the rest of my life that I left it. Yeah. So that happened.
Yeah, I feel like my story doesn't match up, but I just remember the major problem with indoor courses is that everyone is like getting shot really up close, and that can really hurt. And like everyone's like, don't shoot me that close up, that is not allowed, you have to safety kill me. And most of the time my attitude towards it was like, deal with it, it happens, oh well.
Yeah.
But there were situations where you get like a whole team, like 6 people crowded up in spawn because they're just being like spawn cornered. You can't leave the spawn because you'll get shot from 5 feet away, and it's really a bad environment. One time that exact situation was happening, and the only 2 people that weren't pinned into the corner of the arena were me and my friend, who are known to get into antics like that. We were just sliding around, like sprinting and sliding around, like just one-tapping people, and we almost pushed them out of base. But eventually they started throwing grenades, and if you've never experienced an airsoft grenade, it's a really bad time. It's kind of a bad time. They're also expensive, so that just furthers my beliefs that airsoft is a pay-to-win thing, because there's like no way.
I have two more airsoft stories whenever you guys are ready for them.
I got shot in the finger. Getting shot in the finger is honestly one of the most painful things that it can happen in airsoft, because it just welts up and it's like sensitive. It sucks.
I wore gloves.
What's that that state with the big N?
Big N?
Yeah.
What?
Like Missouri or something, or Michigan?
Wait, the big M?
The big
Neither
N.
of those have ends. Oh, M.
Yeah, the big N. So it's like
N?
a big huge like thing that is like a big N. It has like the big N. It's and I'll just send you a picture of it.
It has the big N, you know?
The big N. The large N. Like N as in new?
Okay.
No, like a big building that's shaped like an N.
Oh.
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, no idea.
But anyway, in that state, there's a group called the KKK. I'm not just telling you
Wow.
what I'm talking about. But essentially, what I learned is that they have different levels of group, or rather, they have different roles in the KKK, and one of them is called the Night Hawks, and they defend the meetings and stuff. They wait outside, and I was like, you might want to consider renaming your place Dale.
Might wanna. Oh no! All right, Josh, go. Airsoft stories.
Okay, so I have one about grenades and one about my first time being in like the actual giant field. I'm gonna start with the one with the field because I remember that one more and it's shorter. But so we all got lined up and rushed to this one area, and I had a pathetic $30 pew pew gun that was awful, like with range. And so I jump into like this ditch, and I can hear people walking over the bridge above the ditch, and I'm just like cowering, trying not to be seen. And then another one of my teammates jumps in the ditch next to me and goes, "Come on, we gotta go, we gotta fight him!" And the moment he runs up the ditch, he gets lit up and has to go right back to his phone. I was like, "I'm staying down here where it's safe." And like I'm underneath the bridge, and I hear like footsteps slowly walk up on the bridge and stop and like wait for a second, and then they run off. I was like, "Oh god, this is the worst experience I've ever had." I had like PTSD from like forever ago, ever. So yeah, there's that one.
Awesome.
It's pretty awful. And then my other one was the one with the grenade, where it was me and another friend, one of the friends that Gage was talking about. We're like sitting in the spawn, and someone throws a grenade, and like one guy jumps into the corner and kind of goes in the fetal position. Another guy goes to the other side, and as I try to jump over it, it explodes underneath me, and my left ear goes deaf, while my other one is just a little bit ringing. And so me and one of the friends are trying to talk to each other while both yelling and not understanding each other. It was an awful experience.
Speaking of grenades, someone threw one into a building me and that friend were in before. And to this day, we don't know if it was a casing or an actual grenade because we were deaf from previous grenades. But I just distinctly remember looking at the grenade and diving in the opposite direction while the corner of my eye seeing my friend jump through a window. Just jump straight through it like dolphin dives out of it. So needless to say, he was safe.
I hate airsoft.
All right, I want to get mad again. Let's talk about s'mores.
Yeah.
All right. So this started because we were at lunch, and Sean had this s'more bar thing, and I just saw it, and I saw s'more spelled how s'more is spelled, but I just remembered it made me rekindle my hatred for s'mores because it was spelled capital S apostrophe capital M ors.
S'more.
That's the dumbest thing. Like, what is the if I remember correctly, the apostrophe means that there's a letter there that's being excluded, or multiple letters. What is being excluded in s'mores? What is the contraction there?
Some more.
Some mores.
Some s'mores.
I know.
Which is a stupid name.
Yeah.
Because have you ever had more than one s'more?
No. There's
Exactly.
Could I get s'mores?
No one says that because, okay, my theory, first of all, you'll get diabetes. 2 s'mores, instantly diabetes. 3 s'mores, actually, you die.
Actually, the only time I've had more than one s'more is from the microwave and I'm really hungry. That's the best way to do it.
Josh,
Microwaving.
I talked about this. All right, the only situation in which you should reasonably be having a s'more is if you're camping, which it's actually the only situation in which you have a s'more is you're depressed, and so you're either eating a s'more at your house because you're depressed, or you're eating one while camping, and if you're camping, you're depressed.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I like camping.
you're depressed.
Yeah, I'm always
Be
depressed.
real about it. No,
It's clear because
Yeah.
I'm at my house all the time. It was a low point for me, and the
Like, if you're-
chocolate and marshmallows were so good.
S'mores are already such a terrible food that if you're microwaving them or cooking them over a burner at your house,
No,
you're either a drug addict or a psychopath. There's no good excuse for doing that. S'mores,
I mean,
they're not.
tasty.
They're not. They're just not good. Like the idea, the concept seems fine. It's like, let's have these 3 good foods that are all good on their own, and let's combine them. And it sort of works. Like, my theory is just there's because s'mores apparently Ben told me that they were made by Girl Scouts. So this is my headcanon for why s'mores exist. All right, so you got your Girl Scout troop, and they're just chilling there one day, and they're eating their graham crackers, and they're eating their chocolate, okay? And they're just, God, I'm going to sound like such a terrible person for saying this now. I don't care, though. And so, Josh, were you there at the table?
I was not, but I've never heard this before.
Okay. So they're just chilling there, and they have their graham crackers, and they have their chocolate. And they're just putting them together, and they're like, "Man, this is really good." And everyone's in agreement. They're like, "Yeah, I could have a lot of these. These sound pretty good. Oh, we should call them s'mores, and that's fine by itself. Graham crackers and chocolate sounds great." But then Susie comes along. Susie is, imagine Lenny from Of Mice and Men, about that size, same intelligence and everything, just comes up with a half-eaten bag of marshmallows. And I'm not talking like she's taking them out of the bag. She's eating the plastic with the marshmallows. She's eating the bag of marshmallows. And she comes up, and she's like, "Marshmallows!" She just slams it down. And all the girls are too afraid to, like, protest. They're like, "Well, yeah, okay, marshmallows." They just start taking marshmallows and putting them on the sandwiches, on the graham cracker and chocolate sandwiches, and they're like, "Yeah, this is really good. This is a really good idea." Yeah, because they don't want to anger Susie, because Susie is liable to kill them while they sleep. And so that's how s'mores came to be, and then it just spread from there. It's like it's like an urban legend. I've cut Josh off like 4 times in a row.
Well, it's not even that funny a joke. I was going, think of the s'mores, Susie. Think of the s'mores.
Oh no! Like straight up, it's like it's an urban legend now. It's just an urban legend. Like Girl Scout troops are like, "We have to eat these, or Susie will find us." Like they're just hungrily like crying while eating s'mores.
Just in the background.
So bad.
Just in the background. Marshmallows!
No, she's here. They just start running.
I think I'll have mine without marshmallows. Marshmallows.
You must have the materials to make s'mores on you at all times, or you'll be
Oh my God.
executed.
My grandma.
Executed.
Okay, so this
a
is
red book.
Yeah.
this backs up your claim, because my grandma, she always has like this giant bucket of s'more materials, and like we all get out and get ready to have a bonfire and everything, and like 3 people make one s'more, and then like there's just a giant bucket of leftovers.
You know what's weird is sometimes when you're camping, you're really in the mood for a s'more. So you have one s'more. You have one. And you remember why you're never eating another s'more again until the next time you camp, and you've forgotten about this traumatic experience. You feel dirty because it's covered you in stickiness. You don't even know how you got sticky. Your whole face is sticky. Your hands are sticky. Like, you probably burned yourself trying to cook it.
Sweater already.
Yeah, it's really bad. And like you look back at it and you're like, I didn't even enjoy this. I did not enjoy eating that.
And then sometimes I just roast marshmallows for fun. Sometimes I just let them melt off the stick.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I hate
It's pretty.
I'm gonna make a video eventually on how much I hate toast, because I don't like toast if it's not made
Toast?
right. Yeah,
Honestly, I can't wait to see that video.
because like it's so dumb. Like me in general, I love eating toast, but it has to be made a certain way, like with the right way, and like the school makes awful toast. Like
course
it's either soggy or too hard, and like you forget about your toast for like a second, and it's black and impossible to eat, or it's only dark on one side and like not even cooked on the other side, and it's like the worst thing in the world. I hate
Toast
toast.
is like children. You leave it in the toaster for too long, and the next thing you know, it's black.
How did this happen?
Gosh dang it!
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
Have we gone over the 10 minutes for monetization now? Are we above 10 minutes, Sean?
Oh yeah. Also, I think we should mention that tomorrow our school is putting on this little karaoke thing.
No. What? I did not hear about this. What?
So it's like
Josh, it's just in the choir room Friday at lunch. Sing karaoke, and they'll give you candy.
yeah.
God, I have homework.
So a bunch of us are.
You don't.
gonna
It's not
go
mandatory.
Sing
Yeah, I know.
All-Star.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
we're gonna go
No,
out there and sing
you have-
All Star.
you have to sing. You have to sing Smash Mouth's version of oh, what is it? It's a David Bowie song I really like, but Smash Mouth sings it, and it's the worst thing in the world. Hold on, let me look it up real quickly. I won't play it. I'll send it to Discord so you guys can listen to it. But honestly, it's the worst thing in the world. I hate it so much.
All right, so I feel like we're about to get closing. Does anyone have anything else
Okay.
they want to bring up?
It's Smash Mouth singing Under Pressure.
Wait,
It's so
what?
bad.
Wait,
David
that's a,
Bowie song.
that's not a
Oh,
David.
it's
Bowie
Queen.
song.
It's
Yeah.
Queen and David Bowie. They both sing it.
Really?
Yeah, David Bowie's.
Yeah, I
in
believe
that
it.
song.
I believe it. That's
It's so
definitely
good.
the right era.
It's such a good song. I love it.
I have a closing statement.
Okay.
And then Smash Mouth comes in and they're like, "Hey,
Under pressure.
I can't imagine it was as bad as Vanilla Ice though.
ooh,
That's just a little taste of it.
oh no, this is bad." All
I
right,
won't play it. Monetize the reasons, but I won't.
But
play it.
I will. Bro, our videos aren't even monetized.
yeah, we don't.
I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, you guys want to hear it? You guys want to hear it then? You want to hear a little snippet of it?
No.
Yes.
But anyway.
Okay, say what you guys want to say real quick.
I have a closing statement.
Okay.
My closing statement is that Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior. And if you don't accept him, you're going to hell. I'll probably bleep this out, honestly.
shit.
You're gonna offend somebody.
Okay, there's no one to offend. We don't have that many subscribers. In the future,
right.
maybe, but at that point, it doesn't matter.
I'm not bleeping
Okay.
that out. It's fine.
Okay,
It's
good.
Okay,
But,
so plug your stuff.
That's
Wait,
not
why did I
actually
say
what I was
that?
saying. That's not what I was actually saying. But anyway,
Get to what you're saying, then,
I
you
have to
moron.
suggest a song I'm going to suggest. We should do that.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
I gotta think
my
about
God.
this.
I got one. Smash Mouth. Smash Mouth's cover of Under Pressure. I really recommend it because it's a really good twist on Under Pressure by David Bowie and Queen. Because you expect something good and like really nice to listen to, and then you get Smash Mouth in the mix of it. So yeah.
Nice. Oh no. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. We gotta go quick, boys. Okay. Recommend songs. Go.
I recommend Ready Able by Grizzly Bear.
Nice.
My actual. Continue.
Domination by Pantera.
All right, dude. All right. Look down. What shirt am I wearing? Ew. No. Aemon Amarth, Twilight of the Thunder God.
My actual recommendation is Quicksand, an actually good David Bowie song, not some Smash Mouth.
All right. So, plug your stuff if you have stuff. Like stuff. It basically just me. Follow my Twitter. At Degadoodle. You should be able to find it. It's not that hard. It's
Follow
yeah.
my Facebook at
Yo, guys, smash that like button, hit that bell button, and like follow me
Oh.
down, leave a message. You'll get $1 million and
Also-
1 billion V-Bucks.
Also subscribe to my channel that doesn't have a video on it yet.
Yeah,
I'll
subscribe
let
to
you
my
know how
channel
that
too.
goes.
My
Yeah,
channel.
subscribe.
to
Definitely
mine.
subscribe to Josh's channel. It's actually
Yes.
good.
Yeah, nobody's watched. I haven't gotten any views in a couple weeks. So it's really scary and like I feel like nobody's actually watching. So if I don't get one more view ever, I will delete my channel.
Links are always in the description. Do that.
Yeah.
If I remember. I
Please
won't,
follow
but
me
I
on
will.
Twitter. I'm awesome. I tweet some amazing things. Sean, I demand that this video, all right, ends with that 30-second clip that I put on Twitter of the one that's the one of the door. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I demand that it ends with that.
All right.
And that's it. Like after that, it just cuts out to black.
All right. Well, that's
Guys are in for a treat.
the it's the end of the video. Twinkle. Bye.
Stop! In the name of the law!